what's up? Jasmine, 1/3 of Pretty Brown and Nerdy here. And today's nerd talk is going to be a little different. You see, I thought long and hard about whether or not this was a video that I wanted to eventually make. But after some time of dealing with a lot of nonsense lately, I decided, why the hell not? I'm always causing trouble anyway, aren't I? So on today's nerd talk, I wanted to talk about the top struggles that every female gamer experiences. Well, female nerd even. It seems like when it comes to the nerd community, we get the tougher end of the stick. We're always getting beat up and pushed around, and frankly, I'm a little sick of it. Most of the time it's easy to ignore when someone is harassing you or getting on your nerves, but it seems like a lot of y'all been trying me lately. I really don't understand why. So number one, gamer knowledge exams. Why does it seem like every time I come into a gaming conversation, it always turns into a knowledge exam? It's like I feel like I gotta be prepared to take an exam every single time I walk into a nerd conversation with men specifically. Now, before you, not all men come into the conversation here. We know, but we're not talking about the few that don't do it right now, so goodbye. When it comes to gamer knowledge, we have to know twice the information for our opinion to be valid most of the time. Why can't we just say that we like something? Why does it always have to be an exam about the character or the subject matter? Why do we have to be questioned every time it comes to talking about nerd-related content, game-related content? Why can't we just enjoy it and you accept our answer? I don't know how far a Link's hairline goes up his forehead. Frankly, I don't really think anybody knows. Number two, chat abuse. A good majority of the time, female gamers will not come into the chat. We will be in the chat, but we will leave our headphones on mute, because the moment our voices come on to that headset, we might as well just prepare for abuse central. Whether it's trying to assist the team or notify them of something going on during a team match, there's always some sort of abuse that we find. Why aren't we in the kitchen? Shouldn't we be taking care of some kids? Should we be doing something other than gaming? I don't know. Shouldn't you? Don't you have a job? Do you have somewhere to go to work? I don't know. Don't you gotta go clean up your attitude and fix your ashy behind? I don't know. Maybe. Every time we're open for some sort of abuse in the chat room. This is why half the time we are on mute and we refuse to come off of mute, because the moment we go off, we can expect utter chaos to ensue. This kind of falls into my third topic that I wanted to talk about, and that is sexual abuse. Men, I understand that some of you might feel like gamer girls are pretty much non-existent, but just because a gamer girl comes around, that doesn't mean that that is your chance to become inappropriate. That doesn't mean harass us in Messenger, harass us in the chat, ask us where we live, ask us our phone number, our age. That is not an open invitation for you to be inappropriate and make sexual comments regarding our personal physique, our body. Just absolutely not. If you feel like this is an open invitation to do so, you're in the wrong place. I can't tell you how many times some men have felt the need to send me close friend requests on PSN, or request my real name on community forums, or try to slide into my DMs and say, hey, I'm into nerdy stuff too, we should get close together. No, we shouldn't. Unless I extend the invitation, that doesn't mean that it's open. Female gamers have to play twice as hard and twice as good at a game in order to prove that we belong somewhere. This leads into my next story about a time that I was playing Overwatch. I was playing comp, and things can get pretty heated in comp. It's hard most of the time to find a team that you really mesh well with, and for the matter, comp can be a pretty toxic place, and that means half the time I'm gonna be on mute. So the one moment I decide to take my headset off of mute, that left an open invitation for me to become the only person to get harassed in the chat or be told to switch characters when I had gold. Why am I suddenly the only one that has to switch their character when the team is losing? Especially since I'm the only one that has gold eliminations for the matter. So of course I have to play twice as hard, be twice as good as everyone. I end up getting 73 eliminations, gold, and play of the game, and that was the only time that it warranted an apology. I wonder if it had been a case where I was the one that was playing badly and we ended up losing in some way. I wonder if that would have still warranted me being the target for all of the harassment. It only came to when I proved myself that all of a sudden I was warranted an apology. I commend all the women that are on Twitch, live streaming, doing whatever they can to just enjoy what they love, and that's playing video games. It can be a very toxic community. Our bodies are constantly being judged. I, for the matter, have formed a thick skin. I don't care because I've been called every book under the sun, especially being on YouTube. You hear tons of comments. I've been called, you know, darky, monkey, whatever, or I'm fat. There have been situations where those insults have been thrown at me and I can take it. This can be a very abusive community at times. And I feel like not only men, but non-gender conforming, everyone in this community, it is our responsibility to make sure that we are here for one another to prevent that sort of abuse. I mean, hell, you have people calling SWAT teams on people now that they dislike. You have some people that have to connect through a VPN when they live stream just to prevent those types of situations from happening. As a female nerd and as a gamer, I feel I am constantly scrutinized. I have to work twice as hard in this community because it just can get a little frustrating at times, you know? But the fact that it does get frustrating, it doesn't deter me from enjoying what I enjoy, and that's video games, and that's comics, and that's nerd content. So I want to hear from the community. What are some struggles that you've had to deal with? Leave a comment below. And with that said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All our socials will be in the description below, and you can also find our podcast, Black by Popular Demand, on SoundCloud and on Apple Podcasts. And I will see you guys on the next Nerd Talk.